Hey guys, hope you guys are doing well. So I'm going to show you how to use the Linkedify platform to the best of its ability. We have a lot of different features, and if you're just starting to use the platform, there's going to be a few things you want to understand how to use, and you want to basically use to its best of its ability. So we're going to start here. We're going to start with the My Profile section. This is where everything begins. This is where our AI model can train on your business, on your persona, and on who you want to reach out to so it works in a way that you actually want it to work, and it responds to your clients in a way that actually does work. Now, our AI models, or anyone's AI models, need guardrails. Now, what are guardrails? They are a way to tell your AI model, your personal AI model, to say, look, I don't want you to send this message in the way that you're sending this message. In fact, I want you to do this and definitely not this. And this is what you're able to do when you set up your AI profile, your business profile. So there's 3 sections here. There's business, ICP, and writing style. When you start off, when you log into the dashboard, you want to go in this section right here, and you want to click on this button right here. You want to put your website URL right here, and you just want to press generate everything. This is where you begin. Okay, so it's a very simple process. This usually takes a few minutes, maybe up to 5 minutes. I'm joking, it takes like 1 to 2 minutes to actually proceed and set up your information. There's a lot of information being sent to the AI model. It's scraping the site, and it's gonna basically output a lot of information in here until it, as you can see, it's a lot of different information here, and you don't need to go ahead and edit everything right from the get-go. You can just press user's profile, and what will happen is you will see these different sections get filled with a bunch of different information. Okay, so is what you do, your key benefits, as well as your social proof. Alright, you can edit these and you can change it up, and you can make it however you want to make it. Okay, so I suggest that every time you make a change, you just press save changes so it gets updated as soon as possible. Now, once you've made your changes in your business, you can then go to ICP, and you can start changing your target seniorities, your job titles, industry, and your company sizes. Now, how does this information actually get used? ICP, you want to set this in a way that you look at your best clients, your best customers, and just fill this information in that way. The more targeted you are, the better the leads get rated. Now, ICP rating, I will show you how that actually works and how our AI model rates these ICPs exactly. But for now, I just want to basically show you how to generate your profile. As you can see here, for example, it's done industry, topic, and keywords. I don't really want to choose staffing. I don't want to choose recruiting. These other ones are totally fine. I probably want to put in GTM as well. Your buying intent keywords, LinkedIn automation, these are very good. I would probably put in cold email. I would probably put in a few more that I can't think of on top of my head because I'm recording this video, but there's probably so many more different keywords you can put in the buying intent section. Now, you also want to put disqualifiers in here. And in here, section here, you want to put specific keywords that you don't want in the bio headline or the company description. If the AI sees any of these keywords, it will mark the lead as lower rating so it doesn't reach out to it. Alright, now writing style. This is where it gets a bit comprehensive, and it's up to you to go over it. If you're using our Autoresponder, which is something that I'm going to go over in a different video, I would definitely be very careful when setting this up in a way that actually makes sense to you. Okay, so this is going to be the response approach. This is going to be whether you want to use an emoji or not, the tone, length. So usually I keep it short because you don't want this AI model to speak for too long. Follow-up style, light touch, value focused, example messages. Okay, so example outreach. This is very good for when the AI model generates those personalized messages to reach out to your clients. You can put in the messages you've used before that work very well, the AI messages you've used before, or better, I would actually try to fill this up with how you respond to clients or how you send out those personalized messages. This is also very important. What I would suggest here is to add an example sequence of a conversation that you have with your client. This will make it that the AI responds in a way that exactly how you respond. So you don't have a drift, or the AI going crazy with the way it's responding. It's not consistent. It's sending things that you don't want it to send, etc. The response methodology. Lead with the safety angle. So this is really cool. So you want to steer the AI in a way, when it has a conversation with the client, that it uses your principles, your core rules, so that it doesn't, like, as I said, go drift into a different direction. So for this, for example, add one concrete qualifier. Number of accounts, yeah, this is pretty good. Use numbers from the suite, 20 to 50 a day. Okay, I probably won't do this. Offer a small practical next step. And there's a few things here that I don't really agree with. So if they're interested, send my call booking link. So I'll just put this in here. Right away. If let's just say if they have questions, use the business profile to respond accordingly. So just to let you know, it does use the information from the business section in order to respond. So you can put as much information as you need here. Scenario specific guidance when they ask for more information, when the conversation goes off topic, when they showed interest but didn't book. This is very important for reactivation, which we also have embedded in our tool. When nurturing a warm lead that's not ready. Again, this is really good to reactivate leads. And you can put your, when they have like a skeptical, you always need to put something that can obviously follow up with that skepticism as well. And there's hard rules. Now this is what you want to be a bit careful in setting up. As I said, this is very important if you want to set up your autoresponder or your lead reactivation system. I will not go over the lead reactivation system right now, neither the ICP rating system in this video, but I will go over it in the next video. Now let's get to the next bit. So now when you actually create your campaign, you want to do two things. You want to go in this section here, find leads, where you can actually find the leads that you want to reach out to. And you'll have two sections: search, which is a basic sales nav scrape, or a basic people scrape, or you can go in signals, which is something more interesting that people should be using and utilizing as much as possible. So search is quite interesting because what we do is we allow you to do a daily scrape. Okay, so you can keep finding those leads every time a specific search on LinkedIn. I'll just show you an example. If I go here, investor outreach, if we use this keyword, we go people, we will usually have up to 1,000 results, okay, or less than 1,000 results. If there is less than 1,000 results, this becomes more useful. How do you know that? You usually can go through the pages, and if you go to the last page, I usually do that by going through here, and I think the last page is 100. If there's less than 100 pages, you can definitely use this keep finding daily. But of course, most of the times you need to filter it out a bit. Anyways, this is kind of more complex, so we'll just get into the nitty gritty, the basics. First, you want to choose your LinkedIn account that you have connected to actually scrape the lead lists. I'll use Anthony M. You can put your search name here and your keywords. Job title. So you can put in multiple job titles and it will use multiple job titles. Industries, obviously we have a list of the industries you can choose from, and you can choose multiple industries, and company size as well, all right, as well as the location. So I'll just put United States. Then you want to put your max results, and you want to choose a specific lead list. All right, so this lead list needs to be either you can add a new one or you can choose one that you already have. When you press this button, it will ask you to create the lead list name. Create and search. Now what's going to happen is in the background, it will start scraping those leads automatically. If I go here, it will go in here and it will automatically add leads. As you can see, we've already processed 25 leads. All right, and I didn't actually mention one thing that's very important. We have here score leads against ICP. Now this is essentially what will generate the lead scoring mechanism. Okay, you can turn this off if you don't need this to happen. But if you do need to score leads against an ICP, which is going to be right here, it's going to utilize all this information here. It will start rating those leads being scraped. Now, what does that actually look like? I'll give you an example. I scraped people that use clay.com for to find out if there's people that have specific intent. And as you can see here, I mean, this is very good. Okay, so if I go on any of these and I just click on one, this one for example, CX Clay, this is not someone that I want to reach out to, and it's rated it as low. All right. If you click on one, you can even see the role relevance is weak score since the lead is in CX. You can see the reason why I rated it as low, medium, or high. Okay. If I just go here and I potentially find a high one, there may not be any high ones in this one, this specific lead list. Let's just check. So I did find one that's high. Why did it rate as high? Co-founder of a company which aligns with ICP, signals high role relevance. The engagement includes asking about conversion rates. So this is interesting, right? If I go to my right side, and you can actually check the comment it's used. This is cool. What's the typical conversion rate look like for this 5,000 leads? This is a perfect lead. This person is interested in leads, getting outreach, getting results, and obviously generating calls. So this would be a perfect lead for us, okay? And there's another one here. One person advertising. The role has a company size aligned well with small agency owners who directly benefit from scalable LinkedIn outreach. And even the signal suggesting that intent in lead generation and booked meetings indicate buying intent. So if I go on the comment that it's actually done for that keyword mention, let me just take a look at the comment. This one right here. This is cool. Oh, this is actually the old one. Let me go here. Actually, the comment was clay. So that's perfect. This person commented clay and therefore counts as a very high intent lead, which is great because clay is definitely one of our competitors. So now that you understand how the lead rating system works and how the lead finding system works, we want to go over, so that was just the basic one, we want to go over signals as well. Now, how do signals work? Signals are quite cool. So if I go on LinkedIn and I just search up investor outreach, if I go on posts, you'll find everyone posting about investor outreach. All right, now this is what it's going to scrape and gather. It's going to scrape the the post content, the engagers of that content, as well as the comments of that content, as well as the actual comments. All right, and it's going to put all that information here. It's going to feed it to our AI model and use your profile settings to rate those ICPs. All right, so it does three things in order to actually get you the best quality leads. Now, the advantage of getting these kind of leads versus just using a basic sales nav scrape or a basic LinkedIn search scrape, which are still useful, which we still suggest using, is that you're getting leads and rating them against their engagement, but also the fact that they are actually doing an action which shows buying intent, which is really useful to get high quality leads. And you can do this in scale very easily by setting up a signal scraper. The way that's done is you go into signals and you just press new signal. You have three options. You can engage with competitors, okay? You can find engagement with competitors, which is just very simple. I mean, our competitors are these influencers who post about lead generation, right? So I can actually put this link right here. I can put multiple competitors in the competitor LinkedIn URL. And then what I need to do is I would need to set up a destination URL, same as before, call it whatever. And I can also filter the results. I can filter job titles, location, and the company size. And this filter is really good because obviously, if you don't want to reach out to people that are not within your specific ICP in a strict fashion, you don't just want to rely on the ICP rating, you can actually use the results filter. I suggest using this very sparingly because job titles can be varied. Sometimes someone may include, for example, a specific job title, but he may be an ICP, but that job title is not is not within this filter, so it gets skipped. So use it sparingly. I'll probably do location and maybe company size. Those are better. Okay, and then we can rely on the intent signal rate to actually get the leads. Now, you can obviously set the score leads against ICP and turn on keep tracking. This is much better for signals because you will every single day get new leads coming into your pipeline. All right, so that's how you set up the signal tracking. Next step is setting up the campaigns. Setting up campaigns is very simple. We made it very easy. You can just press new campaigns here, call your campaign whatever you want to call it. And then what you can do is you can do two things. When you press import from lead list right here, which is how you can actually import those leads, you can import it here and you can choose any of those leads that you've scraped. Let's just do test for now because that's what we chose. Now this is very important. No ICP scores exist, so this lead list doesn't have an ICP score, so I will just remove this. If there is no ICP scores, the reason there's no ICP scores is because either you turned off the ICP scoring system or because you didn't set up the information here. All right, let's turn this off for now. You can engagement type filter it as well. However, this is not an engagement lead list, so I wouldn't keep this on. Auto add new leads. Now this is very good because every time our signal trackers or our keep finding daily trackers finds new leads for us, it will automatically push it to this campaign. So you're getting fresh leads every single day being pushed to your campaign without you needing to actively push it. This saves you a lot of time, headache, and hassle because you have a campaign that's running on autopilot. All right. And once you've done that and you've imported the lead list, you will see this kind of database here, which shows you everything that you need to see. There's a lot of information here, and we are going to keep this a bit simpler in the future, but for now, it's just for you to understand how it works. You can go on accounts now. You can select all the accounts. Let me actually do this with a new campaign. So you can go accounts, you can choose the active accounts. Let's choose these. Go on sequence. Now, how I like to create my sequences, and this really depends on whether you have LinkedIn Premium or a basic LinkedIn accounts, is basically I send a blank connection request. We do not allow connection requests on basic accounts because you can only send 5 a month and this just messes up the flow. So we only allow connection requests on accounts that have, not connection requests, connection request messages on accounts with premium. Okay, so you just press add step here. If in this case we don't have any premium accounts, we only have the basic ones. Okay, now when you import the lead list, I'll just choose this one for now. So you got to import the lead list first. Okay, cool. There we go. All right. So when you press the add step, you will see some filters here. We'll see some options here that you can choose. If you want to send a basic campaign, you can do so. Okay, and you can just press add step. All right. You can put a delay, so how many days after they've accepted your invite. If you want to go a bit more complex, you can actually add an AI prompt. Now this AI prompt, how it works and how you can use it to create really high quality messages is I would do multiple filters. So I would put in the signal, the engagement. Now this is basically whether they've commented or reacted. Okay, I'll just put this in here and I'll say so the way I've done this prompt is I've created a guardrail right here to make sure that it responds in this exact manner. Now the reason I do this is because if you don't put something like this in, what it will do is it will generate random prefixes and suffixes which don't fit with the conversation. So you want to put a prefix like this so that the completion actually makes sense. Okay, now before you even press add step, I would press preview AI. So as you can see here, it's generated a message from the person's post that is personalized and uses AI. Okay, and I actually don't like a lot of these messages. I mean, I didn't want it to say all this, number one, and I didn't want it to say the actual value proposition in this message itself. So what I can do now is go here, okay, so no CTA, keep it 10 words max. Don't end your personalization with a question. I don't want these things. Okay, these are hard rules. Now, when I press preview AI, what's going to happen is it's going to use that information to generate a much simpler message. However, I've noticed it's added an emoji, so what I can say is alright, now when I press preview AI again, there we go, no emojis, and it's actually normalized the message very, very well. So now I am happy with the message. What I can do is I can add step, right? And then what will happen is you can literally just go here and launch the campaign, and it will assign leads to those accounts here, and it will start reaching out proactively every single day, right? So it's actually as simple as that. There's no complications. We made it very simple. We made sure that you get the ICP rating and the writing style in the way that you actually want it, so that you actually do get the results you need. You don't want the AI to send things in a way that you don't want it to send. You want it to have hard rules. You want it to make sure that, if you don't want emojis, you don't get emojis. Okay, so there's obviously a few things here, there are a few edge cases that we are still working on, such as, for example, making sure that the writing style is exactly transferred over to the connection request, and a few more things, but obviously that's why we're looking for feedback. This is a new tool that we launched maybe a month ago, and yeah, if you guys have any questions, please let me know, and I'd love to answer it.